Targum Neophiti Genesis 1:1, the third part. In this video, I want to examine some of the claims by Michael Shepherd in the Messiah of the Targums, specifically as it has to do with the son of Adonai, so the text in this area. Let's go to the actual Neophiti manuscript, and as we do so, we notice that there's a smudge right here. It's an erasure, according to those who have looked at the actual document in the Vatican Library. Now that much is obvious. There's a little bit of confusion in Shepherd's treatment of this because in computerized texts there are 3 yods that are chosen to represent what we see here. And so he is talking about if there were 4 yods right here, that there's not enough room for that. But actually there are 4 yods for sure. It's just the geometric configuration that we see in Neophiti is this interesting stacking of the 4. Now he also addresses the issue of could there have been a vav here, as there is in the Paris manuscript of the Fragment Targums. Now he says that if there were a vav there wouldn't be space for the divine name, and that's just not true. All that having been said, it's not terribly important in the interpretation of the text whether or not there's a son of Adonai, because here's the Dalet that mandates that reading. Now, a third assertion has to do with the evidence of tampering. Some have said that the Dalet there especially is a Christian interpolation. The smudge of an erasure also has to do with supporting this reading of there being a son of Yahweh. And he says there's no evidence of tampering elsewhere in Neophiti, so why should there be tampering here? There's something to be said for reporting the reading that is on the manuscript. That having been said, there is tampering with Neophiti throughout, and we see here an example from Leviticus 19:4, where the question mark there refers to a censoring of the word for idols, taken out by the censor because the censor felt that this was an indirect reference to Christianity. Like Christianity was being posed as idolatry, thus those statements needed to be removed in the Targum. Now, since that's not the original meaning in the Torah, that leaves us modern people wondering why that would be necessary, but that's just what seems to have happened in Neophiti. So we come back to Genesis 1:1 just to say the Son of the Lord is the reading. Whether or not that was the original, that's what the manuscript says.